Hi, this is Imran Hashmi.
Hi, this is Prachi Desai.
And you're watching
Bollywood Hungama.
Well, we have with us the lead pair of Azhar, one of the most eagerly awaited films of 2016, Imran Hashmi and Prachi Desai. Wonderful to have you guys on Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
And I must tell you that you are live right now on Bollywood Hungama Facebook.
How are you doing?
Alright, so a very, very unusual character. A highly unusual character. I think it's rightly said that love him or hate him. It's like very unusual, both in personal as well as professional life. One of the most complicated roles of your career so far, and it's like a real life character as well.
Complicated and also a huge
played Daud in the
responsibility. Yes, and it's a huge responsibility. Unusual in the sense, I would say, first of all, starting off with his cricket style. Completely non-textbook. When you have to see him on the crease, the strokes that he used to play were almost suicidal. The way he used to, whack a ball which is right on the off side towards the on. And only Azhar Bhai could play like Azhar Bhai. So apart from that, his life also has been extremely eventful. In this film, we've documented it right from the 80s when he became the captain, first when he came to the team, and then he had a great run as a captain for 10 years. And of course, then the allegation that happened in 2000, and he was right at the stop at his peak at that point of time, and things went terribly wrong. So yes, there's one thing it's been very challenging because when you're playing a fictional character, there are 1,000 ways you can play that character, and all 1,000 can be right, but there could be strong criticism for a film like this because people have known Azhar Bhai, his fans, especially people who have seen cricket in the 80s and 90s, and so they're going to gauge the film in a very different way. So just understanding that you're pitching the film, of course there's a wider audience, there's a cricketing audience that has not seen him, would want to see what happened, a story lost in time, but for those fans and also for Azhar Bhai, because he's going to be seeing the film finally, and I just hope that the entire crew has made him proud in this. He's proud of all of us and our performances in the entire
crew. And even when you played Daud, for example, it was said that it's like a fictionalized, highly fictionalized, whether it is based on real life events or not. It's like, and then obviously the guy was not. You're not meeting him. I don't think you'd like to get his approval either. But here is a guy who's constantly there with you all the time. So that must have been like tough in its own way. Now you're playing Noreen, his first wife. You apparently have met her as well, and there's a lot of facial similarity between you and Noreen as well. So how was the experience of meeting someone like her? Because you have to be extremely sensitive while portraying her on screen, because she's the one what we can traditionally call as the woman wronged in a way.
Actually playing Noreen was a bit daunting initially because no matter how much I tried to find out about her or whatever research I tried to put in or get any kind of data, it was just not possible. You try finding out anything you can about Noreen, and there will be absolutely no information available. I think you will see that one rare picture of hers which is online, and that's about it. So I actually was relying on Tony to give me as much information as possible about her. But I think the whole role changed for me completely once I actually met her, because before that I was within these limitations of these adjectives basically that people were using for her. So they were describing her in certain terms and I had to completely stick to that. But honestly, just barely 4 or 5 terms to explain a person is not enough to create a whole character. So for me, I was going by the script and I was going by all of this until I actually met her. And when I met her, I got an insight to the real Noreen that there is. Of course, I met a more mature version of her, because where we start off in the film, it's back in the 90s and they were so young. She was just 16 when she married Azhar. And I think I could totally imagine what she would have been like when she was younger. But she was a wonderful person, so gracious, beautiful of course, and I think I creeped her out a little just because I was trying to observe her as much as I could. But she was really nice.
And I believe she's quite chilled out. She has a good sense of humor.
She's such a confident person, and this I didn't think of. She's so strong, confident. She's such a modern person. But because I was playing a girl who was from Hyderabad, who was Muslim, I imagined she'd be so conservative. I imagined she'd be so shy, so soft-spoken, or many things about her. But when I met her, it was so different, and I think that is when I could actually apply all of those things into the film. She's imbued with this inherent charm and something about her. So that aura, that personality, and let me tell you, it's not shy, it's not subdued, it's none of those things which you would imagine conventionally a girl of those days.
Right.
So yes, still keeping certain things in mind which are required for the film and for that role, but yet trying to put the real Noreen into it.
Absolutely. And in fact, Hyderabadi Muslim society will be expected to be slightly more conservative than other parts of India. Now, always there's an expectation of like a Sufiana Mizaj sort of song in a Imran Hashmi film. It has to be there. Very nice. I think lyrics are very nice as far as this song is concerned. Is it something that you enjoy? That people expect a certain sort of music from you?
I love the song, and it took a lot of time for Pritam to give it to us. So much time that we thought we might not get it, but I think I
just replay Pilu.
Yeah, I know what Pritam was trying to get at. There was a past song which was picturized in both of us, Pilu, which was 5 years ago, and it's still somewhere in the consciousness of people.
Absolutely,
it was a huge hit.
I think it always will be, because very nice song.
Great moments, great the way it was picturized. The film was super successful, and this time again we were coming again in this film, and there's this relationship between these two people, and it's very different from the relationship with Sangeeta. There has to be the environment in Hyderabad, the way it's shot there. It's old Hyderabad. It's a traditional aspect. It's a Orthodox Muslim household, and and Pritam had to give this track. We had approached him last year in Jan to give the track, and we actually got it right at the end in November.
Right.
But he was working on it, and then finally when we heard it, it was like, this one is a winner. It's an instant hit.
But wonderful lyrics.
Yes.
Wonderful lyrics.
Wonderful lyrics.
Yeah, just never
Definitely, yes.
Kamal likha.
And sung beautifully.
Right.
Pritam has composed it very well. I think it all comes together to make one really, really. It definitely has shelf life. I think this song really will, stand the test of time.
Right. In fact, I think you have a unique distinction, Prachi Desai, that I think you are the only actress who has worked with Imran Hashmi, and it has worked without the entire kissing element and all those elements, and still it's like very successful.
Yeah.
The track record that you have.
Yeah, I actually wanted to break Imran's record and still prove that we can do well in spite of that, and it really worked wonderfully.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We made up for lost time in this film. Yes.
The lost opportunity.
And lost moments in.
So there's kissing between you and Prachi Desai.
You have to watch the film to find out.
You have to watch the film, but I just said
there's
it right now.
There's a glimpse in the song which leaves you guessing actually whether it happened or whether it didn't. So you'll have to watch the film to find out.
Okay, all right. That's I think you're looking very good. In the without the mustache look, you're looking extremely young. It's like 20s, early 20s.
After 10 years. I really did. And no one understands this. No one believes me. They start laughing at me when I say I shaved after 12 years. But I actually shaved after 12 years.
So you generally have a stubble.
I was frightened to shave. I have a fear of shaving. It's a phobia I have. But it's a fact. I used to tell Tony
live
that.
On Facebook?
Yes, I'm live on Facebook, and I have a fear of shaving. And because Azhar Bhai, I've met him. And I was like, I kept on, trying to negotiate with Tony. I was like, a little bit stubble here and there. So Tony said that, no, have you seen Azhar Bhai is always, clean shaven. There's only this one phase in the late 90s when he was playing with the mustache. It's close to when the, controversy happened. So I had
collar
shave
and the collar
and the collar up. And the collar also came up at a certain point of time in his life. And then we found out when we started watching the matches, we asked him, because he didn't remember when he started putting his collar up. And there's also a reason why he used to put his collar up.
Okay.
And that's the first question I asked him, Azhar Bhai, why do you put your collar up? And obviously we know, a lot of fans don't know why he used to put the collar up. But
we'll find out in the movie?
Huh?
We'll find out in the movie?
We won't find out why. You'll find out in the interviews if you ask me why he puts his collar up.
Why?
Because he used to get sunburnt on his neck. Because when he used to feel, and it was, there was harsh sun, and he used to just be like burning him. He used to sometimes put a cold towel in the break, or he used to just put his collar up.
And people felt it's like attitude. People felt
well,
like that.
It finally became the style statement. A lot of people started doing it. I remember in school everyone started doing it after seeing Azhar Bhai.
No, absolutely. Everyone.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine in US, and when I posted like pictures with you guys on Facebook, so the first question was that does he have the collar on? You know, everyone remembers him with that.
Everyone
remembers him with that.